Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Sir Gabs again. In this video, we will be talking about the limits at infinity of polynomial functions. So here are some conditions now. You have the limit of x raised to r as x approaches positive infinity is always positive infinity for all positive integer r. So kung positive lang si r, no, dili lang siya mo negative. If positive siya, then the limit of the polynomial function will always be positive infinity. Now for this one, limit of x raised to r as x approaches negative infinity. So if it is positive infinity if r is even. So kung r nato is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So may tabuan na is you will come up with positive infinity. Okay? It is negative infinity if r is odd. So if r is odd, then mahimo siyang negative infinity. So meaning kani siya if 1 ra siya or 3 or 5, 7, then syempre your limit will be at negative infinity. Okay? So example. So sa number 1, if you are to find the limit of f of x, I mean the function is, let's say, x cubed as x approaches, if it is positive infinity, then that's no problem. Okay? Actually, kung yung mo lang tanawan, kung yung mo lang i-substitute na without remembering this, kaya raman siya. Anyway, ako lang yung tagline color na dinatang black. Let's have the blue one again. So examples dito, I should write examples. So number 1, you have to find the limit of x cubed as x approaches positive infinity. Simple ra kayo you will have infinity cube. Syempre, that's only infinity. Again, don't forget, limit does not exist because that is not a real number. Number 2, if ma-negative din siya, like example, limit of x cubed as x approaches negative infinity, then dirindapita medyo magunahon na ka because you have negative infinity this time raised to the power of 3. Okay? So in this case, negative man na, then you have to refer on this one. Ingon siya, if odd daw siya ang imong r, if ang exponent na mo ang nimo is odd, then it's always negative infinity. So odd na itong 3, meaning you have negative infinity, and again, the same way, it's still dna. Okay? So it's only identifying if it's positive infinity or negative infinity, but eventually, our conclusion is limit does not exist because again, we are in the basic calculus. And then number 3, so it would be different, guys, now if we have a polynomial function like this one, limit of, let's say, 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus x plus 1. Okay, as x approaches, let's say, positive infinity. Okay, so in this case, yung buhaton is just look for the kanang buwan pinakadako nga degree, ang pinakataas o exponent, in other words. So ang pinakataas o exponent nato is ato ang 3. So meaning x cubed siya. So ang buhaton nimo ana inani. Imong buhaton is i-multiply nimo siya og x cubed over x cubed. Again, i-multiply nimo siya og x cubed over x cubed. Sorry, 3 akong gisuwat. So in this case, nanong i-multiply man ako sa x cubed over x cubed? Because if I just, sige, ako na ipakita sa inyo ha. Kung ako siyang i-substitute right away, syempre, ang result na will be this one, no? May mo siyang 2 times infinity cube is just infinity. 3 times infinity squared is also infinity. Minus, substitute infinity, minus infinity, and then plus 1. Well, actually, the problem is here, kanina kita dali. Because this one is indeterminate. Okay? Infinity minus infinity is one of the indeterminate forms. So that's why we cannot go directly, no? Pwede nga, tuwa siyang kanaang solvon diretso. We will not know kung unsa ginang answer. Remember, infinity plus infinity is infinity, but infinity minus infinity is we exactly don't know. No? We do not know yet. So may tabuan na is we call it indeterminate. Okay? So remember, when we have indeterminate as our answer after substituting, then it means natin buhaton. Okay? So that's why nga mingon ta, o ingon ko, you have to do something, and that something is to multiply the expression or this function by x cubed over x cubed. Again, yun sana ko pagkuha ang x cubed over x cubed. Ang buhaton is tanawa lang ang pinakataas ng exponent. In this case, we have 3. So, x cubed. Okay? So, just multiply it with x cubed over x cubed. Well, nganong man valid man gihapon eh. It's because, remember guys, x cubed over x cubed is just 1. Okay, 1 raman di ba? Kung yung tanawon, this is only equivalent to 1. Unya, if you recall, anything multiplied by 1 is itself. Okay? Anything multiplied by 1 is itself. So, this is the function multiplied by 1 is just the same function. So, in other words, I am not changing anything. Okay? I am only transforming its image. No? Ako rin i-transform ang iyang noun. But actually, I am not changing the value of the given. So, maorag yapon, intact gyapon siya. So, in algebra, we call it the identity property. So, atong gi-preserve ang identity of the given. So, we are trying to manipulate things, pero wala tayo gi-change sa given. In other words, we preserve the identity. So, muna itong gibuhat diri karon. Unya, from here, mahimo na ni siya, this is equal to x cube kan isa, kasi na ako na siya gamiton. So, may muna siyang limit of x cube, ako ipagawas lang eh. No? X cube lang na siya. Nga kalidari, ako na siyang i-divide ta ng x cube. So, in other words, mahimo siyang 2x cube plus 3x squared minus x plus 1 all over x cube. Okay, so kana. So, asa na to no? Kaning duha na mamali x cube over x cube. Ang x cube, i-multiply diri sa numerator. Yang x cube, i-multiply sa denominator ng 1. So, syempre, x cube times this, mga siya, x cube times this 1. And then, x cube times 1, syempre, you have x cube in there. Okay? Yeah, from there, gikan diha, you may apply this, your prior knowledge in algebra. Syempre, as x approaches positive infinity pa ni. So, I'm still writing the limit because I am not substituting the value of x yet. So, dapat lagyan siya ay brace. Unya, from there, pwede na dayong kamag applied algebraic rules. So, you have limit, syempre, x cube gihapon na siya. X cube gihapon eh. Times, kanina, sa may tabo. 2x cube over x cube is 2. So, 2 na lang na siya. Plus, 3x squared over x cubed, ang resulta na is 3 over x. Dayon, negative x over x cubed is negative 1 over x squared, and then plus 1 over x cubed is 1 over x cubed. Okay. So, syempre, as x approaches infinity. Now, from here, kung yung tanaw, this becomes equal to infinity. Substitute nimo sa x cube. Substitute na ako siya, ha? So, may tabuan na is, wala na ko yung limit, ibutang. So, may mo siyang infinity cube. May mo siyang infinity cube. Actually, it's infinity rin po, Yeah, times, kano siya is 2 plus 3 over infinity. Now, imagine 3 over infinity. 3 over a very big number. Naalala sa katong previous video about katong to bitaw when n is a positive integer. You may watch that video but before you go back na lang here if ever mo kita ito. It's in the in my playlist as well. So, 2, unya, kung imo siyang butangan og infinity here in the denominator, as I said, logical lang kayo yung idea. If the denominator is very, very big, then in other words, ang imuhang value will be very, very, very small. So, mura ba mahol bitaw guys ngayon, nadilangan style. If na sa cake, And then there are a lot of people, 3 din no? Tulo ka cake, tulo ka layers of cake. And then there are millions of people nga magbahin sa cake. Question is, unsa kadagko ang ilang bahin? Imagine 3 layers of cake on yan. Millions of people, billions of people, very big number of people ang nagbahin sa cake. So, syempre, dagmay na kayo silang bahin in such a way it's approaching 0. Okay, so that's why 3 over infinity is actually 0. Minus 1 over infinity squared. Substitute lang infinity ha. So, 1 over infinity squared, infinity gihapon. So, 0 gihapon na siya. Niya kanisan, 1 over infinity cube, another 0. So, makita na mo, infinity times 2 plus 0 minus 0 plus 0 is 2 na din siya. 2 times infinity cube is just equal to, this is just equivalent to infinity gihapon. So, this is the limit, and again, limit does not exist gihapon. Okay, so ang buhaton ra gid mo is i-multiply ra nimo ano siya, x cube over x cube. So if actually kung maayo na gyud ka, no? If anad na ka sa solving limits of polynomial functions, ang buhaton ra gyud nimo i-multiply lang diretso na kadali, no? Pareha-pareha example number 4. So sa example number 4, I'll just lang gyapon nga style para mas maklaro pa na ito. If you are to solve for the limit of, let's say, x raised to 4 plus x squared minus 2, as x approaches, let's say, negative infinity, no? So it doesn't matter on positive or negative infinity here. Okay, sa negative infinity man good, no? I think this one is quite simple. Dapat na ka-minus na siya para mag-indeterminate gihapon, no? Okay, syempre, infinity minus infinity, kung yung mo na siyang i-substitute, no? Notice, kung i-substitute na ko right away, then ang mahitabuan na is equal to negative infinity raised to 4. Remember this, no? Raised to 4. Kung even siya, actually, simple naman. Ang negative, kung i-multiply mo siya again by itself, then ma-positive siya. Kung even ang imong exponent, ang result ana will always be positive. So, infinity raised to 4 will be positive infinity. Minus infinity squared, negative infinity rather squared, will be, syempre, positive infinity. So, minus positive infinity, which is this one. Minus 2. When you again remember, this is indeterminate. So, in other words, we have to do something, no? Muna yung ko pareho ani. Imong style, guys, diretso na lang ka. Mayroon ka. Well, the exponent is actually 4. Muna yung highest exponent na ito. So, there's no need for you na lang to be very formal like this. Pero ang buhaton yung nanig yapon, multiply mo siya x4 over x4. Pero para mas madali ka, you don't need to show x4 over x4. Mayroon na nakadiretso, limit, limit of x4 times kanisiya, x raised to 4 minus x squared minus 2 all over x4. Okay? All over x raised to 4. Sorry, no more space. Now, from here, ito na, i-save ang space and repeat. Pwede na rin ka mag-divide nila. Sorry, ako nabutang x approaches negative infinity. So, from there, you will now continue. You have equal to, this is the limit of x raised to 4. Unya, sa sulod, sa may mabilin. x4 over x4 is just 1. X squared over x4 is 1 over x squared. So, minus na siya 1 over x squared. Okay, di ba? Negative x squared over x4 is 1 over x squared. And then minus 2 all over x raised to 4. Okay. As x approaches, of course, negative infinity. Ito na yung patungan. Then, next to that, that's equal to, pwede na ka mag-substitute. So, when you substitute, syempre, negative infinity raised to 4 is positive infinity. So, this becomes positive infinity times, ano siya is 1, minus, in positive infinity or negative infinity, 0, it doesn't matter. Okay, anyway, negative infinity squared is positive infinity. So, 1 over infinity, 0. And then, negative infinity raised to 4 is positive infinity. So, 2 over positive infinity, then it becomes 0 gihapon. Syempre, no? Kunya, from here, klaro naman siguro si answer nyo. Next to that, you have infinity times 1 is just infinity, or limit does not exist. So if you want to be very, to be organized, then ang mahitabo is imuha niya siyang, imuha is what? Pero if you want, pwede lang mo i-diretso, no? Imubuhaton niyo, tinambad na kayo guys, na pinsaya na kayo nga sa style. I-divide na niya siyang x raised to 4, pero i-multiply sa siya 4. Okay, so you are just making the balance. In other words, you're multiplying the whole equation by 1 again. Okay, so that's it for the limits at infinity of polynomial functions. See you in the next videos.